Peace of Christ to all. In this video, we will talk about one of the stories of Muhammad. You know, Muhammad, he loved to tell stories, and his stories is amazing always. I imagine Muhammad, he grabbed those illiterate people around him. Abdul, Hassan, Ali, come over, sit around me, because Muslims love echo, and he started telling them his own stories. Let us see one of the stories. Muhammad, he said, I asked my Lord for three. I asked him not to destroy my ummah, Muslims, by drowning. And he gave that to me. So no Muslims will die by drowning. So the hundreds of thousands of Muslims who die by the tasanumi, which the Muslims first day they were so happy about it because they thought the one who died was the infidels. Later they found that the number one of people who die, like in one island alone, there's 170,000 Muslims die. Just in one island, not to count all of Indonesia. So your God told you he will never let your nation die in a drowning. The first one wasn't, like it's not working. The second one, I asked him not to destroy my nation by famine, by hunger, and he gave that to me. So nobody of your nation would die from hunger. What is the number, or what is the situation of Muslims today? More than 97% of the Muslims, they are suffering from hunger. 97. Only those countries who have oil, which they are not even 3% of the total Muslims population. Saudi, all of it is not even 9 millions. The rest of them, they are foreigners. They count them as residents, but they are not even citizens, because Saudi Arabia don't give citizenship for non-Muslims. Same as Emirat, Bahrain, Qatar, those are the countries who have some wealth. What about the rest? They are dying from hunger. Do I need to mention Darfur? By the way, Darfur is nothing comparing to other countries, but some they focus on it more than others, because Indonesia is the biggest countries in the Islamic world, and they are the most poor, and actually Bangladesh is more than them. And Bangladesh is, I think, 170, 180 million. So they are extremely poor and they are suffering from hunger big time. But, Allah, gave Muhammad that his nation, his people will not suffer from hunger. When all of them, they are suffering, only not even 3% of them, they are not suffering. Now, somebody might say to you, you know what? In here it says my nation. He might say, all my people will not suffer from hunger. When we say all, it's mean all. It's mean nobody of them should be suffering. You see, is it try to play that game to say, oh, this is about all the nation. Is it all, or some only will not suffer? And here he asked for his nation not to suffer. He did not ask for individual. He did not ask for, he said, my people. Allah, he gave him that. So they've been destroyed by tasanumi, hundreds of thousands. They've been destroyed by hunger, millions of them. And look at the third one. And I asked him not to make them taste the violence of one another. Allah, Prophet, he asked his God, Allah, not to make the Muslims kill each other. Allah refused. He did not give it to me. So Allah, according to this, he want the Muslims to kill each other. Because give me the reason he don't want the Muslims to live in peace together. Muhammad, he asked him for it. What does that mean exactly? It's mean Allah, he have a plan for the Muslims. He want the violence of every Muslim to hit the violence of the other Muslim. It's a plan from the beginning of Allah. Now, if this is a good Muslim, good one, you know, and the other one is good, this one is good too. Why Allah making the Muslims kill each other? What the point? If the Muslims are the one who will make the plan of Allah perfect and they will make all the infidels be punished, what I see that even He is punishing the Muslims by Muslims too. Violence, violence from a Muslim against his brother, is that a punishment for the Muslims or it's a reward? I challenge a Muslim to say to me, it's a reward. So Allah, He wanted that to happen between the Muslims. It's His plan, and Allah don't want that to stop. So simply, this hadith in here, and by the way, this is a hadith, very accurate, and this is in the Sahih. So you see the Muslim, they will say to you, oh, it's wrong hadith. Sahih mean correct. And this is the book of Ibn Kathir in front of you, and you can see that. And this hadith repeated many times. So it's very clear that all the promises Allah He made to Muhammad is not true. They die from drawing. They die from hunger. And when He said that He have a plan to make them kill each other, it's mean Allah He hate the Muslims. Because why He want His people to kill each other and fight each other? Give me a reason. I'm just trying to find a reason. Why Allah, He don't want the Muslims to live in peace together? You know, when He reject, what does that mean? It's mean He don't want that. He don't want it. Why? Especially if Muhammad, he said that everyone who say Shahada, he will go to heaven anyway. Everyone who say Shahada, he will go to heaven. So violence between the Muslims will not really cause them anything. You know, there is many contradiction of Muhammad's stories, and all of them don't make sense. But anyway, I wanted to share with you this hadith in here and show you how Muhammad is making up stories and how false is his story, especially if we know that Muhammad, he never spoke to Allah. Isn't it amazing? Ask a Muslim. Did Muhammad ever spoke to Allah? He will say no. Okay. So how he's saying here, he asked Allah. He asked Him, and Allah answered him. They will say to you, oh, Jibreel, he answered. Jibreel? Where in the hadith it says Jibreel? Anybody sees Jibreel? I asked my Lord for 3. He didn't say I asked Jibreel to ask my Lord. If he say I asked Jibreel to ask my Lord, then I will say, okay, it makes sense. He asked the middleman, the pizza boy, he went to Allah, he came back with the answer. It doesn't say that. Simply, it's Muhammad making false statement, fooling those people, trying to make them believe that he is really a person who speaks to God, and God answer his request. And as you see, all of this, the only thing in here, as I see, Muhammad is saying is true, is violence, and violence was exist in his time. That's why he's saying that. The Muslims were fighting, killing each other in his time. And they were in competition over money and over power. And this is part of the nature of those people. So this is something he knew about it. It's already happening. And this is something he said, Allah, He promised him not to happen. It's happening. So Muhammad simply, from his own words, but just by examining his words, a few lines, Muhammad is really a liar. Before I finish in here, you will see in here, this hadith is listed under the book of fitna, or al-fitan. Fitna mean like bad things should be done by Satan, but the fact in here we see it's done by Allah. Just I wanted to share that with you. Follow with me with the coming video. Christ is Lord, Islam is false. I'm into that. Bye-bye.